Hello, I want to talk to you today about sleeping better. Did you know that over half the population in the United States and in England and Australia, these are the figures we've got, 50% of the population suffers from sleep deprivation. Fancy words. It says, hey, you're not getting enough sleep. The reason we need to sleep is to actually empty the garbage out of our subconscious minds. Let me explain. You have three minds. You have a conscious mind. That's the mind you think with. That makes 2 and 2 come up with 4. That's your logic. That mind you use when you need to think. We call it a thinker. It's about the size of your hand, if you want to reference it to its power and size. The next mind you have is your subconscious mind. It's the size of the room you're in. It's massive. It's powerful. It's huge. Trouble is, it doesn't know how to think. It doesn't know what logic is. It can't make 2 and 2 come up with 4. It doesn't know how. The only thing it can do is take the programs that are in it from life experiences, training experiences, education, all kinds of things that get in there, and it uses them for you to react with or respond to. For instance, if I threw a rattlesnake in your lap, you'd probably run out of the room screaming with your hands in the air. Most people would. And that's because you have a program that says snakes are evil. Snakes can bite you. Snakes can make you sick. Snakes can kill you, especially if it rattles and it's big. So you take flight or flight. The first thing you do is you want to run away from that snake. That's a natural reaction. That's in our DNA. All right? And, of course, that messes up how you sleep. Let me show you how that ties together. Suppose you had programming in your mind that was not there, that allowed you to feel good in your own skin and allowed you to shut your mind down and be at peace. Suppose no matter what's going on in your life during your waking hours, you can actually lay down in your bed and fall asleep rapidly and sleep all night and wake up the next morning completely refreshed. How do we do that? We have you dreaming. You see, you normally dream right after you fall asleep and again just before you would normally wake up. And the reason you need to dream is it ventilates the trash out of your mind that's in it. If that trash cannot be ventilated from your mind by dreaming it out, within 3 or 4 weeks you'd go completely insane. This is how in the Korean War the Chinese communists would take our guys, the prisoners of war, and they'd deprive them of sleep until they would confess that they believed in the Communist Party and other stupid things. And some of them wouldn't do it, and they went insane. Because they weren't allowed to sleep, they couldn't dream out the stuff that was in their mind, which was a lot of horrible stuff at that point. And it blew their mind, literally. They went insane. So when you don't get enough dreaming in because you don't sleep enough to do it, your mind is holding on to a lot of trash that gets into it. I mean, it gets into it all kinds of ways. When you watch a movie, and it's a horrible war movie, and you see all these people getting killed and slaughtered and screaming and all the horror and death involved in war. And the producers and the movie stars and the people really did a good job of making it very real. And it just rolls you back. You can't believe, right? That's going to subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind can't think logically. It can't make 2 and 2 come up with 4. It sees what it sees and it just goes in. That's part of its programming. War is horrible. You get it, even though you've never been in one. You may have never been in the service. But you're very clear on the fact war is very horrible because you've seen what you see on TV. It could be real films. It could be Hollywood versions, exaggerated films, if you will. But it's horrible. That's your program. And it's a program that's in you. And it got in there quite by accident by watching a movie. Now, how many more programs in your subconscious minds of things you've heard, experienced, seen and done that really are miserable, terrible, horrible? And they're stacking up in your subconscious mind, getting more and more and more. You have to have a way of getting them out of you so you can kind of be normal. And if you have sleep deprivation, more is coming in that's horrible than is coming out of you. And you start having physiological and mental problems. You can't think as clearly. You fly off the handle easier. You're tired. You have no energy. And it then develops into physical diseases and causes problems there. You become lazy because you're just tired. You stop caring. You become depressed. People commit suicide. It is a horrible disease. Half the people in the United States have it and suffer because of it. Why? Because of the way our society works. You got to go to work. You got to put in this many hours. You put in 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Because to make ends meet, to bring home enough money, you're working 2 jobs. Or you're running a business and you want the business to survive. And you're having troubles. You put in hard, more work. You have to lay off somebody and do what you do plus what they do. All kinds of stuff. I can go on and on and on, and so could you. Look at all the situations you personally have been in that have stressed you out where you can't sleep. Your mind's going 1,000,000 miles an hour when you go to bed. It thinks about everything under the sun. Some of it's pretty stupid stuff. Where'd that come from? It's coming from subconscious mind. And it goes on and on and on, and you have to get up and you're tired. Oh my God, I wish I could get some sleep, but you can't fall asleep. Because you got programming in you that won't let you. And it's building up. And the next thing during the days that roll by, during the day when you go to work, you all of a sudden get really upset easily. Driver's rage, honking the horn, talking to people rudely, stop caring. Sex goes to hell in a handbasket. Life doesn't work. There's no love. That's because of sleep deprivation. That's because you can't dream out to ventilate the crap in there that's getting you down. Let's fix that and do it permanently. Stop the pills. Your liver will thank you and your brain will love it. You're not evolved to take pills and keep putting them in your body because it really doesn't know what to do with them. You're bending your brain chemically. You don't need that. You don't need certain plant nutrients that somehow make you feel sleepy. Your body will trigger against those eventually, and it still doesn't solve the problem. You're not dreaming. To dream, you have to be in deep sleep. To get into deep sleep, the proper way, if you don't know how, first of all, go to bed. Go to bed at a decent hour. Don't do anything but go to bed. Don't read. Don't eat, don't do it, just go to bed. Get yourself comfy. And then turn on your cell phone and do this hypnotherapy session we have here for you. Within minutes, you'll be in deep sleep. And you'll actually be dreaming. And the programming keeps going on even though you're asleep, because you can still hear it when you're asleep. If you couldn't, how can an alarm clock wake you up? How come somebody telephone rings that wakes you up? Because you can hear, even though you're asleep, and you have programming that says, oh, phone, get up, wake up. Oh, alarm clock, get up, it's time to get up. Sounds wake people up. So we're actually talking to you while you're asleep, and our programming is going into your subconscious mind, allowing you to go deeper and deeper and become more and more relaxed, more and more sleepy, and deeper until you get to such a deep state you can enter a dream state. And you dream, and all the junk goes out, and you stay asleep. You're deeply rested because of the programming we put in there that says it's really okay. Just let everything go. Just let it go. You let gravity take over. You just let everything go. It's so nice. And then you dream again just before you wake up. It's kind of like the final cleaning. And you wake up. It's like sunshine's come into your life. You feel great. You're clear. You feel rested for a change. That's what this sleep hypnotherapy session does. Give it a try. Do it before you go to bed. Follow the directions. When you get into bed, get your cell phone or your laptop next to you. Start the session. You follow my directions. You've done everything I've asked you to do prior to the session. Follow the session. When I ask you to do something in your mind, you just do it. You don't care if it works or not. You don't have to believe in it. It doesn't matter. It's hypnosis. It's a science. And if you do everything I ask you to do, within minutes you'll be snoring away in deep, real sleep. And then the dreaming will begin. You won't be aware of your dreaming. Most people don't remember their dreams. And the reason why would you want to remember all the junk that's going out of your mind? Sometimes your dreams are really neat. They're interesting. You know, you're flying along like a bird or whatever. There are all kinds of things in dreams. That's symbolism. Subconscious mind can't think logically. It uses symbols to ventilate its thoughts and trash. That's why dreams are so nutty. And that's why you can have nightmares. It doesn't know what difference between a nightmare and a good dream. So it gets it out of you in a horrible way. And these are not necessarily symbols. I'm totally against what Freud taught. Dream therapy is nonsense, because the subconscious mind can't think logically. It's going to get rid of what's there in a really nutty way, nonsensical. That's all it means. So now you know a little bit about what's been going on. Give it a try. It won't hurt you, and I think you're going to be really happy with the way it puts you to sleep, keeps you there until you wake up the next morning normally. And yes, you'll wake up when you usually do if you need to, if you are the kind of person that can wake up without an alarm clock. Otherwise, have your alarm clock on. You'll wake up when it goes off so you don't get late to work or nothing. You're good to go. Now, if somebody walks in the room and yells fire, or something's there to wake you up for that reason, you'll be completely awake instantly, just right now. That's it. You're up. You're in action. You're always in control. You're always aware of your environment. You're not going to be made to do anything while you're asleep. We're not going to be giving you programming while you're asleep that makes you wish you'd have never done something like that. That ain't going to happen. If you want to listen to the entire session on a conscious level, saying, I will not go, I will not go into hypnosis, do so. You're going to find out, yeah, everything the guy said, I can go with that. Then focus on it. When I ask you to do whatever I ask you to do in that session, just do it. Bingo, you're asleep. And you wake up pretty happy the next morning. Okay, with that said, give it a try tonight or whenever you can. Or if you want to take a daytime sleep or just take a good long nap, even in the afternoon. You want to just, conk out because you're going to go out for Saturday night and have fun and stay up late. Get rested. Now I'll be your doctor. I'm going to take good care of you. And enjoy a good night's sleep. We'll talk to you later.